Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to go over review how we did on our paycheck to paycheck budget for February 23rd through March 8th. If you watched my last video on actually setting up this budget, this page might look a little different. I actually created a new one, a new version of it, and this is the reason why I haven't put this out for downloads yet, is because I keep tweaking it till I find that it works best. So what I did was add a carryover column here, and I forgot to change the color, so I'll be tweaking that again. But because, you know, some of the categories I carried over money, and I couldn't really figure out how to do that in that video. I stumbled over, you know, whether or not to put that in the budgeted, but then it made that, you know, the math wrong. So I decided not to, so that's why I created this column. So anywho, so like I said, it looks a little different, a little less filled in because I didn't, you know, fill in all the stuff that we will be filling in this video. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and fill out the actual numbers on some of these categories. Let's see. All right, so let's flip through this. Oh, and by the way, I did get my tax return, which right here. So it was $33.38. I don't think you can really see that. Not that it really matters, but I'm gonna just zoom in a little bit so you can see the page a little bit better. I had quite a few no spend days. I was actually doing pretty well with my personal spending, at least, until Wednesday. And a lot of you will know Michael's had a ridiculous sale on their washi, and I think they ended up being like $3.75 for their little tubes of it, and I went a little bit crazy and I bought way too much online. I will probably be returning some of it once I see it and see how they look in real life, because I ordered mine online and only some of them have been delivered and not all of them. And then Thursday, Joann's had a sale on their washi and a 25% off coupon as well. So I ended up spending a lot of money. So I was doing really well, and then I was doing really badly. But I didn't go over budget. I had enough cushion, I guess, in there. Anyhow, we'll go over that more, I guess. Zoom out now because now it's too close. All right, so I did create a bill/paycheck schedule. I have this one that I use, hold on, but it's really, really small print, and I had an additional expense that I forgot about, that I pay quarterly, that I completely forgot about, was our pest control, and I didn't want to have to redo this. So I'm gonna leave this, so the majority of this is, you know, correct, and the paycheck days and the bills that come out of it, except for a couple of things. The pest control, which would be due at the beginning of the month quarterly when it pulls out, and then the dental sinking fund isn't in there either. So I just created this so I wouldn't have to redo that. Plus it's easier for you guys to read too. So I'm just gonna have these for referring to when I do the monthly and the paycheck to paycheck budget. Anywho, all right, so let's get to actually filling some stuff in. Let's see, this was for the 23rd, so that would be, I guess, technically in February. All right, so our actual income, my husband brought in $1,826.03. I brought in $236.18, and then we did get the tax return like I mentioned. So let me go right back to March. Let's see. Our tax return was $3,338. All right, so All right, so 1,826 $236.03 plus 236.18, and then our tax return, which was $3,338. So we brought in a lot more, $5,421. So 1826.03 minus $1,700 that we budget for my husband. That has $126 more. We don't budget anything for mine, so mine is all more, $236.18. And then obviously we didn't budget anything for our tax return. Put this on here, tax return. $3,338. All right, so budgeted $1,700 and brought in $5,421. So that's $3,700 more than what we budgeted for. So because of our tax return, it is a really good paycheck to paycheck period. But even without it, we made more than what I budgeted for because I don't budget anything for mine. And I have been working a little bit more consistently right now. Okay, so as far as the fixed bills, my mortgage, I did have a mortgage payment. I paid, if you watch my sinking funds video, I paid $9,000 towards my mortgage so that I could get rid of the mortgage insurance that's on there, which will save me about $120 a month. Unfortunately, when I made that payment, they didn't put it all towards the principal. They put some of it towards the payment and then the rest of it towards principal. So I had to call them and pay another $523.81, so that could go towards the principal to meet that like threshold to get rid of that. So I should, next month my payment, well actually next month it will still be the same because it's paid in arrears, so the month after, so probably May, I won't have that additional like $100 and something on my mortgage. So that'll be nice. But so I'm gonna put the actual amount that I paid for this month is $523.81. Electric was $125. And if you haven't watched any of my videos, the reason why it's spot on is because I choose to pay $125 like every month. Even when it's lower than that, I pay towards it. And I used to do $150, but I had such a credit in my account. I'm trying to deplete it a little, so I dropped it down to $125. I guess you can do that directly with the electric company, but I don't like giving the electric company or any company like that much power over my payment schedule. I guess I like to control that myself, so I just did it myself. I looked at my bills and I did the average and I did that myself. So when summer rolls around and people are paying like $300 a month, I still only pay $125. Every once in a while I check and make sure I still have a credit and I'm not like obviously under or owing more than the $125, but as of right now I'm good on that. So yeah, so I keep doing that and it just makes it, I like the consistency of it. I live in Florida, so summertime is crazy hot, and sometimes people's electric bills are like $3 something, and I just don't want that kind of shock, that sticker shock. So I just do this. Health insurance was $25.80, and let's see, Netflix is $11.95. So it's a little bit cheaper than what I put on there. I had some returns which I credited to myself in my expense tracker, but I did kind of want to mention one of these. It wasn't my fault. I had to return the Instant Pot slow cooker, not the pressure cooker, which I also have, but apparently the Instant Pot slow cooker, there's some kind of faulty something or other, and the bottoms have been melting. So if you do have an Instant Pot slow cooker, return that to Walmart immediately. Stop using it and return it to Walmart. I think that's one of the only places that sold it. So, yeah, do that. So my PSA for the evening. Let's see. So I'm going to see how much was over/under on these. 906 was budgeted. I paid $523.81. So I have $382.19 that I was under budget there. This is obviously that. And then $30 is what I budgeted. $25.80 is what it really is. So $4.20. And then 5 cents. I was gonna use the calculator for that. 5 cents. All right, and let's see, 382.19 plus 420 plus 5. All right, so I guess I don't really even have a spot for that, but all right, I just wanted to know. All right, groceries. I didn't do a carryover for groceries. I think I only did it in a few categories. I didn't do a carryover for, oh, I guess this is not just the carryover. All right, so the friction pens are erasable, which is great, except I tend to do it when it's still wet and then it just makes a mess. All right, so this is supposed to be added, adding the carryover to it, so it's just 380. And then 25. I didn't carry over anything for gas. I do believe I carried something over for entertainment. Let me see. Groceries, restaurants, gas, I did. I mean, entertainment, I did. So it's $10 there because I carried over the $5 from last time. I did not carry over for personal. I did carry over for our pocket money, so it was the $50 that was budgeted, plus I had $171.83 to carry over, so that gave me a total of $221.83. My husband, we also did a carry over. It's the $50 that we budgeted, plus the $35.79 that he still had carried over, so that was a new balance basically of $85.79. Nothing for allowances, nothing for medical, and I didn't carry over in miscellaneous, so it's still just the $150.65. So, and the reason I do this is I don't do actual cash envelopes, which at some point I may, if our spending needs to be like, you know, dialed in at all. But right now we're doing good with, you know, just me keeping track of it on a daily basis. So I don't really feel the need to do actual cash envelopes. I used to when I originally started Dave Ramsey years ago, because we really needed to have some kind of control over our spending. But I'm pretty good at it now. I watch it a lot. I look at our bank statements daily. I keep like every receipt known to man, which I think I'm gonna do a video on receipt organization because I have so many right now, and I'm brainstorming all of these different ways to store them and keep track of them. So if you have any suggestions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I will take any kind of suggestions right now because I literally just have hundreds of receipts floating around the, well, not floating around the house. They're all in a basket, but it's really annoying when you have to, you know, find a specific one. All right, so now I'm gonna put the actuals of our spending. All right, so it's kind of backwards because the way we have it on the expense tracker, basically that's how much we have left. So that goes in this column, and then I'll just kind of subtract out to see what we actually spent. So $46.94 is what we had left over. 94. And I think I'm gonna start carrying over the grocery budget one as if it was like a cash envelope, just because I was thinking about it the other day. If I have a Costco trip, which I need to do sooner than later, I will blow the entire like grocery budget doing that, just because Costco is Costco and you have to buy everything in bulk. So I think I'm gonna start carrying that category over. All right, so we spent $333.06 and we were left with $46.94. And I'm gonna carry over the entire $46.94. We didn't spend anything in, let's see, I don't think we spent anything in restaurants. Restaurants, okay, so we spent nothing. We still have $25. I don't see the need in carrying that over because we don't really spend that much in there. Same thing, gas, I don't think we're gonna carry over. We spent $52.95. My husband is the only one that got gas during this pay period. I will need to get gas very soon, I'm sure. Okay, I'm not gonna carry that over. Entertainment, don't think we did anything with it. So actually we spent actual nothing, and that leaves us with $10. I'll go ahead and carry that over too, just in case we want to do something. Personal care, we spent $17 on my husband's haircut, which leaves us with $3. I don't think I'm going to carry that one over either. See, next is mine, which is such a sad amount when I started off so good. So I'm left with $70 exact, and so I started with $221.83 and I'm left with $70. So I spent $151.83, most of which was on washi tape. And like I said, some of it will go back. Some of it's so pretty though. And I'm not even crafty. I want to be crafty. I'm just not crafty. I mean, you've seen my sticker skills. They're not great. So I have to learn how to be crafty so that I can use the ridiculous amount of washi I just bought. I'm gonna carry that over. My husband only bought like one thing. His balance is $80.46. So he only spent $5.33. No kids allowance, still haven't gotten around to it. I'm making their thing. Carry over all of my husband's, of course. We did not have any medical. And miscellaneous, let's see. Where's my miscellaneous one? I don't know where I put it. Oh, right here. Okay. Okay, so the miscellaneous was kind of messed up. I messed up when I was doing the budget, the Paycheck to Paycheck budget originally on the last one that I redid this one, but on the last one, because I just copied my previous one, being lazy, but I forgot I didn't have health insurance on my previous one. So it was $30 difference in this budget. So I ended up having to take $15 out of this miscellaneous category. So all my numbers are, messed up. So it's really $43.27 that I have left over, not the $58.27 that I thought. And then the other thing, like I mentioned before, I forgot that I pay for pest control quarterly because it comes out automatically. I don't even think about it. So I had to put that in my miscellaneous category, but I will have it budgeted in like a sinking fund and all that stuff now that I remember that it exists. So we have 48, was that 48? That's 43. 43.27, which means it was 150.65, and we had 43.27 left, which means we spent, I say we, but I'm the one that spends most of everything I control most of the money. So we spent $107.38. Most of that is that pest control. And then my son had his yearbook, but that was pretty much it. All right, so let's add these up. 333.06 plus 52.95 plus 17, 151.83, 533, 107.38. All right, that's how much we spent. Was $667.55, which is, let's see, minus 993.27. So that left us with $325.72 under the adjusted budget with the carryover amount. So we would have still been under budget with just the regular original budgeted, but with the carryover, the adjusted budget is $993.27. And I think I am not gonna carry over the miscellaneous either. So what's being carried over is $46.94 plus 10 plus 70 plus 80, 46. All right, so I'm carrying over 207.40. It's not really that necessary of a number, but it's just one of those things I'm kind of curious about. Let me zoom in a little so you guys can read this. Oops, wrong way. All right. So that's the actual income. $3,700 was what we had more than what we budgeted for income. And then expenses, we were $325.72 under budget based on the adjusted budget with the carryover. All right, so this is what? The 23rd. So 223, 238. All right, so fixed bills budgeted. Oops. All right, budgeted was 906. Oops, not right, 906. Good Lord, 906. You're not even in frame watching me do this because I zoomed in, I forgot. My bad. All right, so 906 plus 125 plus 30 plus 12 is budgeted expenses 1,073. Actual was 52381 plus 125 plus 2580 plus 1195. So 686.56. Variable expenses budgeted. So maybe I do this one, the carryover one. So 993.27. All right, 993.27. And then actual was 667.55. So 667.55, which is 686.56 plus 6. Damn. All right, 686.56 plus 667.55. All right, so actual expenses, 1,354.11. Budgeted, yeah, that's right. Plus 99327. 206,627. Not really sure if I should put the budgeted expense or the carried over. Nope, not in frame again. The budgeted one or the carryover. So I'm gonna do the carryover for now and just kind of see how that all works out. And I might add another column next week. All right, so total income budgeted 1,700. And total budgeted, yeah, it should have been the other number, but whatever, we're rolling with it right now. Total expenses 206,627. Actual income was what? Forget already. 5,421. So 5,421 and minus the actual total expenses 1,354.11. So yeah, I think I'll have to add that other column since I added that to the top or the front. 1,700 minus 2066.27. Because I obviously didn't have, I wouldn't have budgeted, you know, to be negative. 5,421 minus 1,354.11. All right, so that left us with $4,000 and $4,046.10. So that's awesome. What I'm going to do, so I guess carry over to next period is actually 207.40. 207.40. All right, so I'm definitely going to be putting a lot of money in the various sinking funds. I have to sit down and figure out where I want to put all that. So I will do a separate video on what I'm doing with sinking funds because this one's ridiculously long already, which is kind of just the nature of budgeting in general. I mean, it takes 30 minutes to an hour, I guess, to kind of look over your numbers. And I know what I do is a little redundant sometimes, but I kind of feel like it's necessary, especially when you're first starting to budget, to see the numbers multiple times. Like for instance, my little budget planner sheets or whatever, like it's kind of redundant to see the balance over and over again when you're doing the expense trackers, but I like that. I feel like it holds me more accountable. I feel like it's in my face all the time. So I don't, kind of get complacent and just spend, especially because I don't do the cash envelopes. I think this is extremely necessary since I don't physically do the cash envelopes. The other thing, I think I've mentioned it before, I finally activated this Discover debit card, and I don't get any kind of benefit or anything from mentioning this, but they do like 1% cash back, which is like one of the only debit cards that does that, so that's pretty neat. So I went ahead and activated it, and what I'm gonna use this for is my groceries and gas. So I'm gonna transfer the money that I put, for my groceries and for my gas, I'm going to transfer into this Discover account, kind of like a cash envelope, and use that for those two categories. And I'll keep a little bit of extra money in there just to protect myself from accidentally overspending, but I don't see that being an issue. And plus this is so pretty. This blue color is awesome. So anyhow, look into that Discover checking account for cash back on your debit purchases, which is pretty neat. I might eventually make that my main checking account, but until I use it for a while and see how I like it, I don't know that I want to mess with things as they are. So yeah, that is my really, really long. Okay, so my camera cut off, and I don't know when or how long ago it did, because this video is so ridiculously long. And that's what I was asking during the cutoff period, I think, was I know these videos are really long, especially the review ones are really, really long. I was curious whether you guys want to just have me do this stuff off camera and then just show you the numbers, as opposed to you watching me kind of type it all in and do the math and all that stuff. Would you rather me do that off camera and then just show you the finished product and go over that? Or do you like seeing kind of the step-by-step of how this goes? If you could leave that down in the comments below, that would be super helpful, because I don't want you guys to like stop watching the videos because they're super long-winded. I know this takes a long time. Like, budgeting in general, I think, just takes, you know, a good 30 minutes to an hour, especially when you're first starting. So if you could help me out and just leave that in the comments below, that would be much appreciated. I think that's pretty much it. I hope you enjoyed this video as much as you can enjoy watching people add numbers up. But if you could give it a like, that would be great. And if you consider subscribing, that would be really wonderful too. I really like that you guys are holding me accountable. I like interacting with you guys, so I really appreciate it, and I appreciate you guys. So thanks so much, guys. This is the end of this ridiculously long video, and I hope you have a good night, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.